Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of this unknown series. I haven't had much time to really think about the episode, or what I'm going to call it. But yeah, we have another episode coming up on a few topics that I think would be very good to touch on. If you see in our kind of the title of the video, you'll see at the end of it and it says "and more," and that's because there is more. Unfortunately, the PlayStation won't let me, or more like, yeah, the PlayStation when going to live stream. So when you see that, just know that I just didn't have enough room to write the other stuff. And so there's kind of a way of saying, hey, we got some more stuff up here. So yeah. As we go into this, there has been a few things that have transpired over the past few days. I don't know if this is old news or new news. But Troy Baker gave a statement. He gave a statement regarding The Last of Us Part 2. And he kind of really spilled the beans on this game. Not necessarily, spoiling the story or what's going to happen. More like just what's in the game. And I have no problem with this. I know many people do. But practically what he said is to go into playing The Last of Us Part 2 with an open mind. And I want you guys to know first, let me tell you a little bit more about my reading life. I do read, and I know that sounds boring, but it isn't. Many kids, when they go to school, they're forced to read. They're forced to. And I, however, I'm not forced. I was never forced to read anything. I loved reading books. I love reading them. Actually, I believe they're greater than movies. That saying that the book is always greater than the movie, it's a saying that is true. It rings true, at least to me, because as I read Stephen King, he's one of my favorite authors. He's not necessarily, I do not agree with a lot of things he says or a lot of things that he believes in. I don't. But I respect him as a person who has his own ideas and his own beliefs, either they be religiously or politically. Because in the book that I'm reading now, it's called the Institute, and there's a lot of political references in it, and I have no problem with this, but people do. I've read the reviews. There are some people who they want to be freed from that stuff. They want to go to a place they can enjoy a read without having some type of problem that they face in their life coming into a place where they like to rest. And I understand that. And like I said before, I respect it. I don't agree with it. I don't. But I respect him as a person and just a person who has a belief. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because The Last of Us Part 2, Troy Baker has said that we should be going into The Last of Us with an open mind. And once again, I have no problem with The Last of Us putting out their own views, their own ideas, and what they believe in. I have no problem with that. I just hope that it isn't bashing everyone else. I cannot tell you how many times where I've read a book where they could and other views don't agree with theirs. They bash them. And I really hope that Naughty Dog does not go that route with bashing someone else's view. And having an open mind it's something that is new to me. It's not like something I just started doing, but it is something new to me. If you guys don't know, that I'm a Christian. Christians are narrow-minded. We believe that there's only one truth, one way. We only believe whatever is said in the book, in the Bible. That is what is our authority for basic truth. Everything else is wrong. So it's a very narrow, closed-minded walk in view. But like I said, I'm very respectful of people's views. I'm really respectful of it, even if I don't agree with it. I don't bash them. But the statement that he gives is, I just really hope it's not going to bash me and what I believe in, because I don't do that with my walk of faith. I don't do that. I don't go around bashing people. I don't go around and do this and that because I just want to feel better and look myself more, have a better reputation, you know? So this is definitely something that I am worried about. Because when I play a game, I like I said, I don't really care much about when people give away their political view, religious view. It doesn't really, you know, I don't have a problem with it. But there's another point where bashing someone else because they don't have the same view as you, it's very, very not just not right, it's image. I don't think that's what Naughty Dog is going for. I really, really, really doubt they're going to ever do something like that, to attack something like that. But if they do, I'm obviously going to have a little bit of a hard time with it. Once again, I'm still going to play the game. It's just, I'm just not going to agree. I don't like when someone bashes me for something I believe in when you believe in something different. So yeah, I to be honest, I have no problem with this. I just hope that they, as showing off their own beliefs and showing what they believe in politically, it could be politically, religiously, whatever it may be. I just hope that they do it in a way that's respectful of everyone else's. So yeah, that's all that I have to really say about this statement. I don't know what they're going to be putting in the game. That's the thing. We're going in this open-minded. It's not going to be something that's, you know, it's not going to be something. Hopefully, it's not going to be anything like inappropriate. And when I mean inappropriate, I mean like sexual content. I know there'll be sexual themes in the game, not sexual references, but sexual themes, which are practically just sexual content. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know. I know it's like Naughty Dog has informed us that this is their most mature game they've ever made. So it's definitely something that we need to be looking out for. It's something that we definitely should be thinking about. And it's just I just hope that they don't mess it up. Because I've told you guys this before in a video that I did a few weeks ago, that I don't really see the reason of putting sexual themes or sexual content. I understand sexual references maybe, but sexual themes in a book I don't really like. I don't see the purpose of it. If I've heard people say like, oh, it shows love for one person, well, there are many ways to show love that doesn't include something so personal and intimate between two human beings. Okay, it's just not something. It's just not something that I think it should be in a book. I think it's just too personal and too intimate. And whenever that happens, I really try to avoid stuff like that. And if it's a book like that, then I don't read it. If it's a movie, TV show, I'm probably not going to watch it because there's no point in it. You see, I read books. Okay, but when you read a book and it's just going through the emotions, it's not a book. Okay, a book always has to be pointing towards some event, and it's intimate, and it should be only between two people. Second, it's disturbing. I know that sounds kind of weird, since sex is a God-given gift to humanity. But once again, it's disturbing to see it between two people. It's really disturbing. So I just hope that they do not go that route where they literally show sex scenes in the game. Because that has always been a fear of mine. Was that games would get so real that it would start like being like movies. Like, I have no problem with violence. I got no problem with that. I got no problem with even foul language, stuff like that, and I don't agree with it. They may even say the Lord's name in vain, which I definitely do not like, but I still play it. But sexual content is another level. And I just don't think, and I do not believe that it's necessary. There's other ways to get across the message and the environment and the atmosphere that these two people love each other. There's a lot better way. And I can give you just a few top of my head. Forgiveness, self-sacrifice, stuff like that. That right there, that's like agape love right there. That's That is selfless love, unconditional love. That's a way of doing it. You don't need to go into that type of stuff to really show it. Now, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where this is going, and I just know that Troy Baker's statement was just to tell you that there's going to be a thing in this game. You're going to have to just let the story tell. You're just going to have the story roll. You're just going to have to respect the beliefs that are in here, because once again, it is their most mature game they've ever made, and I'm still going to play it. And I just hope that, I just really hope that this does not come to be the problem that I have with this game, because of simply because of the sexual content. Because like I said, that's the one thing I loved about video games, is that they didn't show sexual content. Now I'll tell you this right now, I didn't play God of War because God of War had all this sexual content, and I was like 7 at the time. Okay, my mom would not let me even get anywhere near something like that. It had, because the original God of War games had like sex scenes, explicit sex scenes with women with all their boobs and everything. So I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I just don't want to see the characters that I love turn into like, I wouldn't say sexual objects, but just seeing that way. I don't want to do that. And like I said, I've seen Ellie as my sister, my big sister. And I think that might change if this goes out here, because, my birthday's coming up in a few months. And if she's 19 and I'm 20, then I'm older than her now, because she was older than me when I first got the game. When I got the original game. I was 12 and she was only 14. So I've always thought her as my sister, and just no one who has, hopefully, no one has a sister and then wants to see them naked. Okay? No one wants to see that. Alright? No one wants to see that. Now, Ellie kissing Riley in the DLC and Left Behind, I didn't have a problem with that either. Didn't agree with it, but nonetheless, I didn't have a problem with it. So it's very, 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 very important. And it's very important that I just say this as kindly as I can. I really would like to see that stuff in here. I have no problem with it. It sounds, love is a part of a human experience. It's part of it. Without love, the world is just cold. Love has to exist. So I have no problem with that. It's just how they may express the love that Dina and Ellie have, or any other characters in the Last of Us Part 2 story. I just hope they express it in a different way. Hopefully it's not too explicit, not too just shown off and just sexualized. So once again, I just pray that it's not like that. Really hope. Just checking my live chat. Okay. All right. So that's my kind of my opinion, my thoughts on Troy Baker's statement of having an open mind going into The Last of Us Part 2. I definitely will have an open mind, even though I am religiously narrow-minded. I am not someone who believes that there are multiple things that are true. I believe there's one thing that's true, and that's the thing that I believe in. And as the mandated word of God, that's what I see as the truth, the utter truth. Everything else is a lie. Everything else is false. But again, I do respect people's beliefs. I respect people's what they believe in, politically, religiously. And I'm going to love you no matter what you believe in or what you do. You may not like me, but I will care deeply for you. So, definitely, yeah. So that's all that I have to say here. And I know this is a very controversial topic about, politics and religion, especially, So I'm just trying to walk on this thin ice as slowly as I can and as carefully as I can. So that's all that I got to say about this right here, the statement that Troy Baker made about going into the game with an open mind. I'm definitely going to be respectful of their what they put in there. I'll be respectful of it. Once again, I just hope it doesn't bash my own views and my own beliefs. And second, I hope they don't put sexual content that is so explicit, I just really hope that isn't it. Kissing's fine. I don't care about that. It's just sexual content. I can't do that. Sexual references. I can deal with that. Kissing, I can deal with that. It's not a really big problem for me. It's just when sexual content of like sex that should be between two people, not two people and share with an audience. So, anyways, the second thing we got on our list is something that is kind of sad, really, because it really shows you that Naughty Dog and Sony have no idea when this game is going to be released. They have no idea when the release date is going to happen, and they have literally taken the PlayStation 2. Gosh, Brandon, The Last of Us 2 off of the PlayStation Store, off of the PlayStation list. They took it off, and not only that, but they have literally gave a refund to everyone who bought it. So they have literally got rid of pre-orders and got it off The Last of Us on the PlayStation Store. And this just shows you where they stand at. You know, you can see where Naughty Dog and the PlayStation and Sony are at right now, because they have no idea when this C virus is going to be dealt with. We don't know. We don't know when this is going to be dealt with, and neither do they. And so they just don't know when this C virus is going to go away. So they have no idea when when the release date is going to be. They're literally getting rid of it because they don't want to make any promises. They don't know when this game's going to come out. They're trying to find a good place, so they can get it out to get out to as early as they can. That's which they've said it. They've said it in their statement. Excuse me. They said it in their statement. Now, I don't necessarily know if they mean it, because everyone has their own theories about Naughty Dog, and some people think they're selfish and like to hype people up, and then they've picked back the word, So, anyways, so yeah, guys, it's just really it's upsetting to see this like this. I want this game to come out, and I was talking to my brother about this yesterday or last night, really, about The Last of Us Part 2 being delayed. And I think one of the greatest things about this game for me is the mystique about it. We can come up with so many different possibilities. The possibilities are endless for this game. And I love when a game does that. Though it is painful to just literally wait for something for it to come out. But imagine, guys, when we have this game told to us, we are not ever going to have it back. All our possibilities, all of our theories wash away. There's an excitement about thinking and having this journey of mystique and theoretical thinking. It's just all this stuff that you have, and then they show you the game, and all of those theories that you had, they disappear. They're erased. They literally have no. They're like, it's not going to happen in the game. And so I think the greatest thing for me right now has always been the mystique, the atmosphere of theory, the endless possibilities that could be in this game, who the Wool Woman is in their second trailer they put out. Is it Anna? Is it Ellie's sister? Is it this? Is it that? It's also about Joel. Is Joel dead or not? Is he alive? Is he going to die at the beginning, the middle, the end? What do you got here? What do you got here? Those are that is the greatest thing about these few years that we've had for The Last of Us Part 2. It's just the mysteriousness of the game. But once they have released the game and the game is played, all those possibilities, all the theory, all the atmosphere of hype and anticipation is gone. It's gone. And the thing about the Naughty Dog is they release a game but they don't really work on it. Not like GTA 5, for example. Okay, GTA 5 has been around since 2013. It's still $60 on the PlayStation Store, and it's 2020. This thing is as old as The Last of Us. Okay, it's 6 years old. Okay, it's old. Okay. Hang on, is it? Hang on. No, 7 years old. It's 7 years old. It's 7 years old, man. It's 7 years old. And it's $60 on the PlayStation Store. And look at it. They're adding stuff on it all the time. I wish Naughty Dog would do that more. And I'm really hoping and praying they would do it for this game too. They did it with Uncharted 4 a little bit. They put a little bit of new stuff in there. They did it for The Last of Us as well. But they didn't do it for long. I just wish that they would just give us a bone, Wish they just give us a bone on, more of their stuff. Either it be Uncharted or Last of Us. I just wish that they would, when they start a game that is so good like The Last of Us right now, I wish that they do a little bit more with it, I really wish they did something more with it. That's what I always loved about Dying Light. Dying Light had always loved their game. Weekly, there's 500,000 players weekly. That's crazy, okay? And they always worked on it. They always came up with new stories. The Following. That was something that was like a DLC, and it was just as good as the story. It wasn't as long as the story, but it was good as the story. I just hope that they do it with this game. So yeah. So being it removed from the PlayStation Store is something that I anticipated, since we do not know, since the Sony and Naughty Dog don't know exactly when when the C virus is gonna go away, and thus we get a release date. We don't know, and so they don't know. This could, we never know. We don't know how long this is gonna take, and so yeah. So I understand they've taken it off of the PlayStation Store for a reason. Okay, now we have a little bit. Two things also I want to talk about. One thing I'm gonna save the last one because I think the last one is interesting to me, at least. But the thing I want to talk about now is The Last of Us TV series. Now, I've always wanted to give my thoughts on this. I haven't had much time to think about it, so I'm just going to give you things that just come to my mind about it. There have been many things that I've been wanting to talk about when it comes down to this. And one of it was the possibility of... I've told you guys my thoughts on this before. Sorry, that's my dog. That's my dog. He was a bad boy, and he's in a cage right now. He's been a bad boy. Bad boy. Bad boy. Bad boy. Bad boy. Do you want to get out of the cage, don't you? Want to get out of the cage? Want to get out of the cage? Alright, bud. You've been in there long enough. You've only been in there for 30 minutes. Ugh. Come on, buddy. You know why I put you in there. Alright, you go lay down. Go lay down. Anyways. Oh. Okay. But anyways, I've always wanted to talk about this because it is a very awesome topic to talk about. I've given my thoughts on The Last of Us TV series for a little bit. I've given my thoughts on it. All of it. And I've already told you my thoughts about it, and I don't like the idea of a... Hang on, let me open the door for him. He wants to go outside. He wants to go out and... This dog is weird. I don't know what he wants. Oh. Anyways, sorry about that, guys. My dog's so cute. I can't just. Yeah, he's just really cute. Yeah, I don't like the idea of a Last of Us TV series being portrayed because we already have the story. We already have the story, guys. We already have the story, and I just don't see the purpose of making a revision of the story of The Last of Us into a TV series. I would love for them to do something they did with the game, like Joel 20 years later, something like that, like The Last of Us 20 years later. That'd be pretty sick. I would enjoy that right there, because I've always been so interested in what happened in those years, at the time before Sarah died. In between when Joel met Ellie, I want to know what happened in those years, those 20 years. Because those 20 years made Joel who he is today. And if you look at who he is, he's quiet, but he's brutal, man. He's brutal. He's heartless. He is brutal. I mean, dude, remember that interrogation scene that he had when he was trying to find Ellie's location? when she was going up against David. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was simply nuts. He tortured them. He like broke the guy's kneecap with a knife. Then he snapped his neck. Then he beat the other guy with a metal pipe. And he did it with like ease. He did it like, you know what? I've done this before. I've done it before. Just the brutality. You can't get that just by overnight. You get that over time. So it's definitely something I would love to see. I just wish they would do something with the TV show that they haven't done with the game, that they couldn't do with the game. Because storytelling, it has to lead somewhere. You cannot just go to this place, to this place, this place, and this place. There's a reason why that they're putting you through all this stuff. It could be for the journey's sake, because if this plus this equal this. Because if you didn't go to find the bridge, you never would have met Henry and Sam. So yeah, there's like no reason you're going that way just for the sake of going there. It kind of just doesn't. It loses its purpose. At least for writing a book. For a video game or a movie, you can see it that way. But for a book, there has to be a reason, And I know they write their stories out, so. Anyways, that's what I have to say about this TV series. This TV series. I want Joel. I want to see Joel. I want to see Anna maybe. I want to see something that The Last of Us didn't get to touch on. I don't want another revision of the story. I already have a story already. It's right in front of me. I have cinematics. I have the characters. I have the enemies. I have the storyline. I have it all. I have the emotion. I have the fear. I have the violence. I have it all. The atmosphere. I have it all. And just for someone to remake it, it's just something else. Because how I see Joel is how I see Joel in the game. I don't want anyone else playing him. Ugh. So, that's my thinking on everything. How I would like to see. I would like to see this. I would like to see that. He's eating stuff. What are you eating over here? What are you eating over here, buddy? You're a good boy. A good boy, buddy. So, I don't know, guys. It's... Oh, crap. Someone is in the chat. Oh, of course it is. Hey, Robin, man. What's that doing, man? Yeah, so you guys already know my thoughts. You know my thoughts. Yeah, I saw that, dude. I'm really, really excited. I'm almost at 100. I guess I caught a few people's attention when I started doing this because, you're getting some topics. You're getting some topics. You're talking about them, so I'm glad that the people are enjoying it. I'm trying to do it as much as I can because there is Last of Us stuff being poured out. So yeah, man, that's definitely awesome that I'm getting like a 90, or I'm not 90, but I'm at 100. But yes, I just hope that they do something with the TV series that is actually fun. It's something interesting, not just something that's already been in the game. And that's why I'm also kind of hesitant on talking about this since The Last of Us Part 2 hasn't been released. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna after Last of Us Part 2 is out, then they'll come out with a TV series. I do believe that. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant. We're gonna see what The Last of Us Part 2 does, and then we're gonna go for this. And now this one topic leads to our last topic that we're gonna be talking about. And that is Joel, young Joel being in The Last of Us Part 2. I haven't watched the video yet, but Tajay, a very cool dude who does a lot of The Last of Us content, he posted a video that says that he can that Sony or Naughty Dog, I think it was Sony, confirmed that Joel will be seen as young in the game, that you will play as him. And I don't know what exactly we meant by like young, maybe like before everything happened, you know? I've always thought of a good DLC like 20 years later for the DLC. You know, someone made a concept art a few years ago. It was awesome, dude. It looked like an actual Last of Us Part 2 main screen. It looked awesome. I don't know. I mean, it didn't go into detail. It just said that it might be young Joel, but he didn't really talk about it. Like I said, I haven't listened to it. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I don't think. Once again, Naughty Dog is very careful with their release, man. They're not. Boy, back up, boy. What are you so? Gosh, you're trying to get all in my lap and everything. You don't have that much room for my feet. You're just gonna move. Anyways, yeah, man. I don't. Once again, man, I wouldn't get so tied up. I wouldn't get so upset about it, because once again, Naughty Dog is very careful with the release, and especially this time right now. I'm kind of not. I'm kind of not focusing so much on the stuff that people release because it's pretty much all fake. Some of it is all fake. I have GameFly. I just signed up for GameFly again, and it's where I get rented games for a while. And I paid it for about 3 months for $15 for 3 months, and I saw The Last of Us on there. Last of Us Part 2. And do you know the release date for it was? It was 12/31/20, December 31st, 2020, and I'm like, forget that. It is not going to be that. That's crazy. I think they just gave some crazy release date for it because they have no idea when it's coming out. You know, it's crazy. I was like, sure. I really hope that isn't the case, though. Really hope that isn't the case. But yeah, but the last thing that I want to talk about was Joel being in the game when he was young, 20 years later. Once again, I don't know if he's talking about 20 years later or like young Joel referencing to when they were on their journey with Ellie, or young Joel talking about when maybe a few moments after Sarah died, or we could talk about before the infection even started, or when they were still at the camp. It's right after Last Part 1 when they were at the camp. We don't know what young means. You know, I didn't watch the video, so I don't know. So we don't really know what it's talking about, but we can make the guess here that Joel will be in here young. Yeah. It's a placeholder. There you go. Yeah, it's definitely a placeholder. I think, like I said, it's once again, it's just a placeholder. Just put it up there. They don't know the release date or anything. No one does. Not even Sony or Naughty Dog know the release date yet. So. Okay. I have not seen the dual controller for PS5 yet. I'll look it up, man. Haven't seen it yet. I didn't know they released stuff like that yet. Boy, what are you doing over there? But yeah, man, I don't know, man. But this is all that I got for today, man. It's all that I got today. I guess I'll just sit here and hang out with you guys answer some of the questions you guys might have. Because that's all that I really had today. They're just stuff that I talked about. It shouldn't be that long. I think like 30, 40 minutes maybe. Since we've been up. What's up, buddy? I simply just want to get an acoustic guitar just to play these tracks. The soundtracks of The Last of Us. Yeah, like I said, I ain't leaving right now, man. That's the case that you guys leave, then no, I'm not gonna leave. Alright, I guess we'll put a little bit of the multiplayer. Yeah, the multiplayer. Actually, we can actually. We could play the hospital because yeah, I'm on the last part. That would be nice, man. That would be really, really nice. That'd be nice. If you just give me the controller, I got not the main thing. Oh, hello. Oh crap. You can't just put me in front of them like this. Oh no. I don't get it. You just put me right in the middle of everybody. Well, look at that now. It's like they were never here. All right, buddy. Excuse me. Just checking around, making sure. I really want to find a. Oh crap, Brandon, you are terrible at headshots. Oh, hello.
Search the area. He's around here somewhere. Holy shit!
I'm not as good as I used to be, guys. Okay? I'm not as good as I used to be. Wow, Brandon, you can make a bunch of stuff. Okay, guys. It's time for me to be the Brandon I used to be. I used to be used to be a powerhouse for this game, especially in this mode. I gotta remember I beat in this game. It's on the hardest modes, or on the hardest mode. No more. You got the wrong player today.
Watch my back. visuals on the smuggler, over. Let's just be cool, man.
All right, y'all. I think I'll end it here. Anyways, guys, I thank you guys for watching this episode. We're already at 99 subscribers. If you are a listener of this and you want to make my day and give it to 100, I appreciate you. I just consider hitting the subscribe button, hit the notifications, because I'll be starting to do this a little bit more. When stuff starts coming up, The Last of Us Part 2, we'll talk about it. We'll probably just talk about some things. We'll probably do Q&As and stuff like that. We got a bunch of stuff we can do in this. So, anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I hope you guys enjoyed. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. God bless you.